The next speaker is Dr. Duqin Zhang. Dr. Zhang is an Associate Research Fellow at the Institute of Cereal and Oil Science and Technology at Academy of National Food and Strategic Reserves Administration in China. She is mainly engaged in the research of cereal bioprocessing technology and development of whole grain food products. This includes work on suitability evaluation and variety selection of grain processing, solid state fermentation bioprocessing, and application of cereal grain production and quality control of staple food products, structural changes and function regulation of cereal food components. And her title of today's presentation is The Effects of Different High Hydrostatic Pressure Treated Potato Starch on the Processing of Performance of Dough-like model systems. Thank you, Dr. Zhang.
Best regards to everyone, especially appreciate for the kind invitation of Professor Mu and Professor Jasperit. This is Zhang Duqin from Institute of Cereal Oil Science and Technology, Academy of National Food and Strategic Reserves Administration in China. The title is Effects of Different High Hydrostatic Pressure Treated Potato Starch on the Processing Performance of Dough-like Model Systems. Firstly, I'd like to introduce the research background. Potato is a widely planted tuber worldwide and the only one used as a major food crop, having a high nutritional value and several health-related functions. The Ministry of Agriculture, People's Republic of China suggested potato as a staple food strategy beginning in 2013, adding potato starch or flour to traditional Chinese staple foods such as steamed bread and noodles. Implementing a strategy for industrializing the production of potato staple foods in China could protect national food security and meet the growing nutritional and health needs of the population. However, potato starch or potato flour supplements significantly influence the dough processing performance. For example, thermomechanical, rheological, and fermentation properties, and potato staple food quality such as texture, flavor, color, and volume. During the processing of staple food products, adding potato starch caused a higher retrogradation rate and lower recovery capacity, gas production, and ability to trap gas in the doughs. Furthermore, potato starch-based bread used to prevent the lower specific volume and higher hardness when compared with other doughs. Thus, the application of potato starch or potato flour in the production of staple foods is largely limited. High hydrostatic pressure processing is a physical starch modification technique that garnered attention because it does not require a chemical reagent and is more easily controlled when compared to chemical modifications. Typical for a HHP treatment is that most starches form pastes of smooth texture with controlled retrogradation. Now, I'd like to introduce the research results. In this study, potato starch shortened to PS was firstly processed by high hydrostatic pressure shortened to HHP at 200, 350, and 500 megapascal for 30 minutes at 25 Celsius degrees. The amylose contents, about 24% of the HHP-treated PS, were not significantly different. However, when the pressure increased from 0.1 to 500 megapascal, the degree of starch damage in PS increased from 4.51 to 8.80%. Suggesting that HHP could destroy PS granular internal structures with crystalline and amorphous zones. In addition, the increase of particle size indicated that PS granules swelled and increased in volume after HHP treatments. Then, 50% white gluten was added to potato starch in order to prepare PS gluten dough-like model systems. Real fermentimeter and low-resolution NMR spectroscopy were conducted to investigate the effect of HHP-treated PS on the processing performance of PS gluten dough systems. HHP pressure increased the PS gluten dough's water absorption, elasticity, gas holding capacity, and moisture mobility, and it delayed the retrogradation rate. In conclusion, HHP-treated PS improved the processing performance of PS gluten doughs. The possible mechanism was HHP increased the amount of amylose dissolved in the amorphous region of PS. The dissolved amylose enhanced the compactness of glutenin network and improved the hydrogen bond between starch and gluten. Thanks one more time for your attention.
Thank you so much for your overview of HHP on treated potato starch for the dough-like model systems, Dr. Zhang.